How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Bust up, as you can see.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask what happened.
I
Sparring.
just, I was sparring, yeah. I got now knuckle to the eye, like, just in the,
Shoot.
wearing the MA gloves, but it happened, I look tough, though, I think.
Yeah.
Think
How are you
so. I hope it
keeping?
makes you look tough.
Yeah. How are you keeping?
Yeah, good, yeah. Feeling very fit and feeling very healthy at the moment, so that's the main thing. And diet's going really well, training's going really well, so that's all I can do for now, like, be sharp.
Good stuff. So pro debut.
Yeah, that's the, it's not really much of a big step up from amateur, I wouldn't say, but it's not much difference in it, but you have to think of it now as a career type style of like approach. So now this is what I'm trying to do now is look at it in more of a career style. Like
So was that why you decided to go pro? You kind of said, okay, I'm gonna take this seriously and I want it to be my career.
yeah, like I to be honest, I always wanted it to be my career in like in any way. So like even from when I first started, I always thought like this is where I'm gonna go pro. I want to try and be successful as a professional athlete. So when I first joined when I was 13, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And then over the last year, I've had good run in. I fought in Vegas there last year. Got some good experience from that, and then had two more fights when I came back. And I think Barry just kind of got onto me. He was just saying he feels this time that like I should go pro, and I kind of agreed with him was because I felt like there was like I experienced everything as an amateur. Do you know what I mean? So I feel I thought it was just a time to go pro, and here we are now, making a debut in 2 weeks.
Good stuff. So you mentioned there Las Vegas, so that was obviously the IMAF World Championships that you
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
So how many fights did you have in total over there?
I had 5 fights. I won four and lost in the final. I got the silver medal over there, but that was a great experience for me. It just yeah, because fighting international athletes, getting like different styles, fighting like a different style every time I fought. Like I didn't know anything about the opponents who I was fighting, and it was kind of it was less nervous. Obviously, I fought Owens and Gill, but I obviously knew about him, but like there was nothing we could do about that. So it was good just to experience fighting. That's something you don't know anyone about. Like you don't know any details of what they're good at. Like I didn't even get to see anyone who was fighting bar the fella in the final, because he was on roughly the same time as me, so I got to watch a bit of his fight. But other than that, it was just complete guess. Go in, fight with my game plan, and try to come out with a win. Like
Yeah, and like arguably like five fights, you see people go pro after five fights, you know what I mean? So to get
yeah,
that in a is like such good experience, you know?
yeah. That's it. Like being honest, I planned on having like I had 13 amateur fights, and I did plan on having more, but I don't know. I just felt like it was the right time for me to kind of go now and uh just
Does
take
it
the
give
bit of
you
a step up.
confidence
Like
that the coach is the one that says it to you as well? Like that he like instead of you going, okay, I think it's time that I want to go pro, did it give you confidence that Barry, your coach, was like, okay, I think it's time as well?
yeah, like I think Barry believed in me anyway because I think he had a bit of an idea when we were gonna go pro as well. So I think just like when I had it in the back of my mind, but I think when he said it to me then, that was a bit more like convincing. I was like, right, let's do it. Like let's just try to get a fight started as quick as we can, and then we'll go from there. Like because it's good.
So
It's
how
good.
did
It's good to have him there. Like say
absolutely
to me.
how did the fight with Cage Legacy come about? Did they approach you or did you look for to be matched up on the cards?
I actually don't you know. I tried to. Me and Barry kind of were looking at shows to get on, and Cage Legacy was one obviously because it was in July, and I was trying to get on Bama this week, but
Yeah.
Bama never came about. So just we got the offer from Cage Legacy, and we just said yeah, like let's just roll with that one. So we said we put everything into Cage Legacy instead because if Bama wanted to get in touch with me, they would have got in touch, but yeah, they never did. So just said now we'll just focus on Cage Legacy. So since then, he said
So
I
is
said I had that. It was like an international night, so I just said, "Yeah, fuck it, let's do it."
yeah, and
It's
it
good.
looks like a great card, so it was a good
Yeah.
choice, you know. So is there a plan going forward? As in, like, is Bama where you're kind of looking at next, or is it just like I'll take anyone, any promotion? Like, do you have something in mind, a way that you want your career to go?
Uh, at the moment, I'm fighting. No, so I have to fight in 2 weeks, and then I was thinking maybe there's a battle zone in 19th of August. Maybe saying if my body is if I'm in good nick after this fight, maybe I'll try get on that as well, and then try get after that fight if Cage Legacy or Cage Warriors or BAM or an event like that pops up, maybe try pop on something on there. But until then, I'll just fight in the local shows until the opportunity arises to fight on one of the bigger shows and like try get a contract on one of them ones. Like, but till then, I'm just gonna stay local on the
100%.
local shows.
How, for a lot, because this is obviously the first time that we've had you on the show. I've never gotten a chance to interview
Yeah.
you properly. Never been at a show that you've been fighting on. Like, talk us through your kind of journey in martial arts. Like, how long are you training? How did you start getting into martial arts? Are you one of these people that like done karate and kickboxing at a young age and then kind of transitioned, or did you just pick it up like a couple of years ago?
No, I used to play football for local team in Finglas, and I was 13 at the time, and I was I don't know, the love of football was kind of just gone. And then, funny enough, I used to play PlayStation a lot, and I was playing the UFC 2009 game, and I just thought it was mad. I just thought it was mad to train because it kind of gave you a rough idea what training style to do, like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and I saw some of the training involved that was in the game, and I just kind of said, well, I might give this a try. So I was kind of looking around the local gyms in my area, and Barry's gym was as close. It was only 5 minutes up the road from my house. So I was looking to local gyms, and I just said, why not? Went up to my first session was a Thai boxing class, and I did my first session, and then I just loved it ever since. I said I never don't want to do anything else. Like,
So what year was that? Would that have been like 2010?
2010, yeah, 2010. So I'm trying 7 years this year, like. So
God, it is a long time.
Like.
When you think about when people kind of start training like 3 or 4 years ago, and now they're turning pro. And for you to like, train in 7 years, so about time you went pro.
I know, like I had like that's one of the good things on my side. I did have a good like even when I wasn't fighting, because I was probably too young to fight when I was like obviously starting, but like I had a good enough experience in the gym to get me like even when my first amateur fight, I felt like that fight felt like nothing to me. I felt like I breezed through it, and I did. Like I felt like I fought 100 times by the time I was in there. Whereas if I had kind of just jumped into the ring, I had a few months training, and maybe just a year of training, I wouldn't have felt the same. But because I trained like 4 years or 4 years I think it was, I was just so confident in my skills that I just knew that everything I was gonna do, I was gonna do it well. Like.
So when you started, like, how quickly did it take you to start getting serious about your training, even at least?
When I first started, I was trying.
Probably like train like once or twice a week, and then you just get addicted, and then you train like every day. So what was it for you? Like, what was your kind of schedule like?
The schedule at start was, I think it was like I trained every day I could. So it was Tuesdays and Thursdays was MMA, and we did a conditioning session on a Saturday, strength and conditioning on Saturday. So they were the only two classes I could do for the time being. Then they added in a jiu-jitsu class on a Wednesday. So then it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday morning. So they were my main classes for a few months. And then we moved to the new gym that wasn't for performance. Then we moved to Kyuzo, and I was just doing the teens class. That was only twice a week, but not many teens were up in the class. Mainly just me on my own. So I didn't have anyone to train with. So Barry just kind of just came up with the idea, let me just train with the adults. So I was like 13, 14, and I started just got chucked into the adults class. So then I was training every day. So I was training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
Did you
if
find
I
it
could,
intimidating to put in to train with adults at the time?
I didn't really find it intimidating because I'm real like, I don't know what I'd say now, like I love a challenge. You know what I mean? So I was kind of saying I'm gonna like because I was trying to make, I was sounding cocky and stupid, but like I was going to myself, I'm gonna go up here and try and make a point and show it is that I'm good enough for the teenager. Like, and I felt I did. Like, I was obviously my first year I tell you, like I was getting smashed because I was only like 50 kilos, 2 foot high. Like, so I think over the time, but the lads in the gym, like I was kind of training with guys roughly my own size. So I think when I was training with them a lot more, my movement got a lot better, and started my jiu-jitsu just shot up a bit better than what I probably would have if I was training like with the teenagers. So I'm kind of glad like Barry moved me up at that point, because my jiu-jitsu just shot off from there. Like, from getting smashed for 2 years constantly, you'd be surprised how good your jiu-jitsu can come up. Like,
was there an area that you adapted to best? Like, you know, was your striking kind of a standout, or was it your jiu-jitsu? or was it just all
I always
round?
felt like me grappling was always the better in my case, because I was trying. Barry stopped producing MMA fighters for a while, so I had a lot of time to just focus on jiu-jitsu. And I think it
Yeah.
was like 3 years of just focusing on jiu-jitsu and wrestling, doing a bit of wrestling, like. But in them 3 years, that was where I kind of adapted a real right. I'm gonna get better in this position, this position, this position, and I want to improve this way, and blah blah blah. So I think when Barry stopped producing fighters, that was that time that I had off to just focus on improve myself as at jiu-jitsu on its own. Made me a better grappler in the long run. But I'm still, like, I do find my striking has come on a lot better in the last year or so. But I'm constantly trying to improve my striking as well as my jiu-jitsu. So I wanna be at a very high level in all aspects of the game. Like,
And like that, is there an area of your training that you find difficult?
no, I don't really see. Uh, I don't really find any like set like area difficult. Maybe just, when you're doing hard conditioning, like hard strength conditioning, when you're balls to the wall, trying to like put everything you have into your sessions. Like, maybe they're the ones. Like, but other than that, training is the same. Like, I'm trying at a good pace, and I train at a good level. Like, and I don't feel I don't have any problems. Like, maybe sometimes if you're sparring and you have a bad night, then
Yeah.
you're thinking, crap, or whatever. But other than that, like, everything is the same. Each and every week is the same. I have the same approach mentally and physically. So I'm going, like, always looking to improve and always looking to just be a better person as I go on through the weeks. Like,
One of the things that we find with, or that I find speaking to people who train full time and that like are professional athletes, is that they find it very hard that naturally, just the nature of the sport and the nature of any sport, that you have good nights and you have bad nights.
yeah,
And even though you train the same and you do the same thing every day, you still have those bad days regardless. How do you kind of overcome that, or how do you kind of keep your head in the game or keep focused and just kind of recognize that this is just part of the process and you just have to come back the next night and just try and be better?
yeah. Like, I find sometimes, like, some nights I won't want to train, and I'm just like, I'm kicking myself. I'm just like, I don't want to go to the gym tonight. And I find sometimes them nights are the nights that I do the best on the mats. Like, sometimes I'll say, I'm not in the humor training, and I might leave, and then 15 minutes before I'll say, fuck it, I'll just go. And then, like, I think it's because I know I'm gone for a reason, then I perform better than them nights. But then some nights I'll just, depends on me, my mood. So sometimes I'll be in a great humor, and I go up, and I'll find, like, be real sharp jiu-jitsu. I'll be getting lots of submissions, and like doing, or else if I hitting the pads, I mean, my combinations would be nice, and I'll be really quick and technical. Like, and then some days I'll go up and I'll get fucking creased. Everyone, like,
Yeah.
people who don't normally like smash you could crease me, and I'll just be like, oh fuck. But then we go from there, and we just be like these nights happen, and everyone knows that, like, these things are gonna happen. So, like, some nights are good, some nights are bad, like you said. So it's matter, like, I'm just gonna be good the next night instead of kicking myself up for being down the last night. Do you know what I mean? So whenever I do have a down night, I'll say I'm gonna have a better night the next night and go from there.
Good stuff. So obviously you've been training at Kyuzo with Barry and your team for
Yeah,
like 7 years. So obviously in that time you've seen loads of people come and go. Like what you see that in just across the board in like MMA academies, people
yeah.
try it out, whatever reason they leave. What do you think has been like, what have you recognized as kind of one of the main reasons why people start and when they stop? Because people don't realize that it's easy for anyone to train MMA, but it's tough. Like, it's not easy. It's a
Yeah.
hard graft. Like,
I think I think mainly people leave because, like, I think I'm not criticizing people as a whole, but I think everyone wants to be a fighter until it comes to being a fighter. So when it comes to the hard graft, the training, the sparring, the extra rounds that you're gonna be doing, organizing extra sessions, giving up your weekends, giving up all nights, birthdays, whatever, anything to do with a party, or going out to see our friends. Like, I've barely seen my friends the last few weeks. You know what I mean? Like, and they know that I, like, this is what I'm doing. So, like, and even over the last few years, like, when I did have fights coming up, I wouldn't see them, like, and they kind of, like, I kind of accepted that. But they're the sacrifices that you have to make if you want to be, like, a good, like dedicated athlete. And I think that's where some people lack, like, especially the younger guys now. And if they say they want to be a fighter and they're training as hard as they can, but then a weekend comes up and they're like, I'm just gonna go out with the lads, whereas they could have been in the gym training. Like, and I think that's when you start kind of focusing less on, like, what you're training mindset is, or what your like what you want to do with your social life. I think that's the balance of where you make or break yourself as a fighter, and I think I've done very well like over the last 7 years of just balancing that out so that I have enough social life and I have enough training to keep me going. But other than that, I think that's the main reason why a lot of people fall off the wagon. Like,
So do you work as well, or do you study, or do you just train full time? Like, what's
no,
your day like?
yeah, I have a full-time job in Aldi, so I'm working like I work when I'm not working, I'm training basically. So if I'm working in the morning, I'll get up, go to work, start at 6 a.m., come home, have me lunch, probably go do a little afternoon session, come home, have me dinner, go training, come home, sleep. Same again the next day, or else if I'm working a late shift, I'll get up early in the morning, go to training before work, and then I'll come home. I'll go to work and then I'll come home, just go to bed. But like basically when I'm not training, I'm working, and when I'm not working, I'm training. I don't really have much of a life outside that other than when like if I am off, like when I'm not training for a fight, I'll be able to go out a bit more and do that. But when I'm training for a fight, it's just work and train, and that's all I can do at the moment. Can't really afford to leave my job like just to focus on MMA because uh, I have too many financial things going on, and I think it's just I'm not saying people should like not follow that. And so whatever money I make from fighting is a bonus until then. So basically, my job is keeping me going financially until I can make enough money to maybe then pack it in. If I am making in a year or two, maybe if I am making good money or it's good enough to live off without having to work a full-time job, we'll see about that. But until then, I'm gonna have to keep working. Like, it's not really much you can do about it. Like,
Yeah, I agree with you. It's actually really refreshing to hear you like be sensible, or to hear someone like talk sense, especially at your age,
yeah,
because it's like a lot of the older fighters realize the kind of reality of having to balance work, social life, and fighting as well. I mean, when you
yeah,
look at fighters who are at the top of the league, you know, the UFC, and they have 2 or 3 fights under their belt, and they struggle to afford. Like, you see it all the time on Twitter, them giving out about like not being having enough money to cover camps and stuff like that. So if
sure.
you if you
Look at yeah, like look at Neil Sturdy and like he's works full time, trains. Steve Miocic as well. He's a fireman. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and you kind of have to like you have to realize that like unless you can like really financially afford it, then leaving your job is just it's a big issue. It's a big weight you're gonna be putting on your shoulders because like you do not know what's gonna happen. You could lose your first, just say for example, you could be only making two grand off your first UFC fight. That 2 grand for like what one fight is a bit ridiculous. Like that's what I make in a month. So
yeah.
like why would I leave my job for making for one fight what I can make each month? It's a bit like bit risky like that. But other than that, like I just think until you know you're financially like secure with your fighting career, then you can't be leaving your job to risk that. Like,
Is work good with understanding that you do train full time and that you fight, like with your hours and stuff like that?
yeah, like, my manager has been really like really flexible with me. Like I asked him about me hours and can I ask for like certain hours just to lead up to me fight, so I get to train more. So basically, he worked out my roster so that I can get to train more. And then I don't get to train my main sessions at night time. So he was nice enough to kind of sort that out with me because he knows what a career I could have as a fighter, I suppose. So he was very understanding in that way, and that's what I had to thank him for that. Like,
That's cool. That's good. Okay, let's take some questions. There's a couple of questions that were coming in here, so let's have a little look at them. Daniel Valentine, walking into town at the moment, can't watch now. You're gonna have to tune in later.
that's Valvo for you.
Grant Carl, size of Nathan's head.
Shadi is a
I
ginger
think your
prick.
head looks lovely, Nathan. Keith Higgins, well done, pal. Football was not your sport. Were you terrible at football?
I wasn't terrible. I just wasn't the best. Like, I wouldn't have been as mentally sharp as other footballers. Like I would say, but
Well, you picked the right sport anyway. Life is about trying new things, right? And then
yeah.
testing yourself. You go. Billy Sondo, hello. how's your nutritional plan been?
Yeah, I
And
mean,
these two questions: how's your nutritional plan been? And if you did get to Bama, who would you like to fight?
for a lot of people just what gets them and just not having the mental toughness to eat the same things every day and giving into a bit of chocolate here and there or whatever. But I think because I knew this was my first professional fight and I knew how serious this was on my personal life, what I could like this is basically the start of my new career. I could take off from here. So I knew I had to put everything into this nutrition wise. So my nutrition has been spot on for the time, like for now. Like so, I've only 2 weeks left. I'm gonna make weight easily as well. I know I am gonna make weight easily. So it's really refreshing
Do you
knowing
work
that.
with
Say that
do you
again.
work with a nutritionist, Nathan? Do you work with a
No,
nutritionist, or
no,
do you just like?
I just do my own thing. I know like I've been training long enough and fighting long enough to know what I need to eat, when I need to eat, how much of it I need to eat, and when to start cutting out stuff and when to start lowering portion sizes and how I know like how I need to train to burn off certain amounts of weight. So, no, I don't really need a nutritionist. Maybe if I'm having problems in like for whatever reason, I could get onto one. But until then, I don't have any problems, and I'm gonna make this weight very easily. And the other question was,
The other question that he had was, if you did get to Bama, who would you like to fight? So it would be featherweights, right?
I don't know. I can't really. I don't really like. I'm only. I'm not even making for me pro debut. Yeah, I can't really be like calling people out. Like I'm not in that position to be calling people out. If whoever they give me, they give me. Like I was gonna have to just you're gonna have to fight everyone at some stage anyway. So whoever they give me, I'll just fight them. Like it's no big deal about
Yeah.
who I'm gonna fight.
Good stuff.
Any other questions?
Declan Kenna, prediction for the fight. So prediction for your Cage Legacy fight on. Oh, it's August 14th that you're fighting. Is it?
No. 22nd of
No,
July
you're
I'm
fighting
fighting.
in July. Yeah, he must have got it. He must
What?
have got it wrong. He
Declan, I
must
don't
have
have a clue what channel.
made a
I'm fighting
mistake.
2 weeks. Yeah, I'm fighting the 22nd of
Yeah,
July.
it's the
You must have
promoter
made a
was
mistake there,
talking
yeah.
about.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. So what is your prediction
Yeah,
for the fight?
I think I'm gonna use my experiences because I don't really know much about my opponent, but I do know he's only had like one. And he's a kickboxer, and I know he had one pro MMA fight, but I just feel my cage experience is gonna be too much for him to deal with, and just knowing where I am in the ring, or like how I'm gonna do things, and when to slow it down, when to speed it up, when to go for takedowns, now when to stay on top, when to like all them aspects. I know like that like very well, so I think like I know I'm 100% concerned. Now I will win. Like how I do it, I'm not sure. If I'm on top and I see a submission, I'll take it. If I get a nice knockout finish, I'll take it. If I get a TKO, whatever I get, I'll take. Like I'm not like picky in how I'm gonna finish the fight, but I am 100% certain I will win, and that's all I can be certain of for now. Like
Good stuff. Billy Sondo again. What belt are you in Jiu-Jitsu? So I assume that you train Gi Jiu-Jitsu as well.
yeah, I have to do jiu-jitsu tonight now. Trying to get tonight. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu at the moment.
Brilliant. When did you get your purple belt?
I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, I think I got it 2 years. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not really sure.
Know that.
Yeah, I don't really promote myself probably as much as for people to know, but I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, it was over last year. Like I genuinely,
So do
I lost track of time. To be honest,
you
the years are flying
compete?
in. Like
Yeah. Do you compete in Gi Jiu-Jitsu? Like, do you do the Irish Open? I know that your coach Barry organizes like
yeah, I have. To be honest, I haven't competed in
with the
jiu-jitsu in a
biggest
while, but
Jiu-Jitsu events in the country.
oh yeah, they are. Like I haven't competed in jiu-jitsu in a while, but like they do run a good event, and maybe in the future I might start competing jiu-jitsu more just for my progression levels, because I feel like sometimes you don't realize what level you're at until you compete, and then you can like if I get my ass kicked, then I'm like I need to improve this position, but until then I don't really know. So I think competing jiu-jitsu a bit more is should be on the cards, because I don't know what level I'm gonna be at with other purple belts or whatever around Ireland.
Yeah.
So until then, I'm just gonna keep fighting MMA. But maybe when an L jiu-jitsu tournament pops up, or even a little no-gi thing, whatever comes up,
Yeah.
I'll just do it for the crack. Like, you know what I mean?
Good stuff. Comment from Andy Ryan, who's the head coach at Team Rhino, says, "Good kid, great future ahead."
Yeah,
That's
thanks.
a good
I
coach.
want to thank actually Andy actually, because he's been inviting me up to Team Ryan to spar over the last few weeks. So I've been going up there on the odd Tuesday and Saturday morning, and I've been going to sparring with all the Team Rhino boys, and it's good getting in training with new bodies, because I'm training with I think really really high level people up there, because like you had the likes of Neil Seardy, Reza, Patrick Risted, Huey, you know, like they're all James Sheen, like they're all really good up there, and I find like uh getting pushed on and pushed on more every weekend, like, and it's just a good big aspect to have, because I'm not training with the same bodies in my own gym. So when I do go up there, I can get a bashing, like, and kind of be like, right, this is what I need to work on, like this is what, like, different styles, I like different time, like working on different people's timings, and distancing myself from certain shots and stuff like that. So when I go up there, my mind gets refreshed, and then I get to think about different aspects of my game and what I need to work on a bit better when I'm training with people who I'm not used to training with. So other than that, and I just want to thank Andy Ryan for having me up there. Like,
Yeah, brilliant. Like, and it's so good for like the spirit of the community of MMA as well to like
yeah,
have. Hear me?
no, yeah, you know,
You
I
can
hear
hear me,
you now,
okay.
yeah,
Got a call in. I was like, oh no, so I'm gonna get knocked off. Someone was ringing me.
you do,
So
yeah,
yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
yeah,
It's a hard graft. I started at age 40, been doing MMA, kickboxing, and jiu-jitsu for nearly a year and loving it. Brilliant. Fair play to you at
yeah, fair
40.
play to you, man. That's what you want.
That's awesome. You're never too old
2 hours, yeah.
or too young to start. Rob McCarthy, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Uh,
Think about this
let's
carefully
see.
now.
Horse-sized ducks.
The
Yeah,
hundreds.
not the one horse-sized duck.
Yeah, I think I picked the one
Yeah.
horse-sized duck as well as
Yeah,
opposed to the
because
hundreds.
I suppose if I hit one duck duck size horse, was it? If I hit one horse a boot, there's another 99
Yeah,
waiting to come
that's
at me.
what
So
I would say.
so fuck that. So
Good
I'll
stuff.
take the horse size duck.
Dylan Morrison, what's your choice of food after the fight? Because from your Snapchat stories, seems like you're struggling.
I think when I weigh in, is what do you me get rehydrated as quick as I can and as best I can. Then I'll have like a nice carb meal. I'll have like after the weigh in, probably have a bit of porridge, some bit of fruit for like a bit of blood sugar back into me, and start then after I have my lunch, get a bit of meat, start getting my proteins back in, and just eat kind of normally as I would, but just a bit more
Yeah,
carbs in my day, because I'm gonna be carb starved up until that point. So the most like I want to get in a good bit of carbs without going overdoing it. Like, don't want to be getting sick, being eating too much rice.
so what is breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the moment? Like fight camp, what is it?
Uh, every morning I'll have the same thing. So like basically, your breakfast would be like the usual eggs, avocado, coffee, whatever. I may have a turkey rasher as well, just something thrown in there. Then my lunch I'll have like chicken or turkey breast with just greens. Basically like fill me plate with greens. Just can't get enough greens. Then my dinner will probably be the same as my lunch. Small bit more carbs in it, maybe just for the energy for training. And then I'll come home, and sometimes if I have leftover meat, I'll kind of have like me meat again with some greens again, or else I'll just have a few eggs and an omelette just before I go to bed, and sip on a few cups of green tea as well. Green tea
So
has
it's
been
kind of like
a thing
protein,
in my diet.
fats, protein, veg, and
Yeah,
coffee.
like just I've been kind of keeping on like a high fat diet, so I've been eating like avocados, cooking food in coconut oil, and just I'm eating really lean meats as well. So all my food has been like target around to just eating really lean, less like not minimal carbs, but just lower my carbs out. Now the next week or two, like I'll lower down to zero carbs altogether, and we'll go from there, because till I get off the last bit of weight from my fight. But until then, if the weight's falling on me as it is, so it's no need to make any drastic changes. for the time being. Like,
Good stuff. Declan Kenna, I was on about Cage Legacy 4, October 14th. We would love Nathan on again after Cage Legacy 3. So there you go, is an option for another Cage Legacy fight in October.
yeah, it interests me. Yeah, I'll find. I want to try fight as much as I can now between now Christmas anyway. So, but I'm away the end of August, and then I'm away at the end of October. So if I can get a fight, I want to get a fight in before I go away in August. So maybe Cage Legacy on October 4th would be good. Or 14th, I will go away to the 20th, I think. So, that'd be a nice thing to get on before I go away there as well. Like,
good stuff. Jordan Hanley, how's the training going? So you've already kind of touched on it, but you're feeling fresh.
Yeah, I feel good. Like, training's been the same. I'm training constantly every day and training as hard as I can. I'm putting everything into my fights, like putting everything into my training sessions. Like, I have a good mindset and a good like visual approach of how I want each session to go. Like, I like sometimes in jiu-jitsu like if I'm wrong with someone, it's like go like half guard top and get like cross face, and then I'll go from there. So I kind of each night I want. Other than that, trying very hard and putting everything I have into it. Like,
Good stuff. And the last comment just in there from Billy Sondo again. Good luck, mate. You seem like a good fella. Enjoy. You're nice.
thanks very much, Billy. You're some man. The
So
support is
listen, before
immense
I
from the
let you
Billy
go,
fella.
I always finish my yeah, I'm telling you, he's flat out there leaving your comments. But I always ask the same question when I'm the last question in interviews because I find it very interesting. I love hearing different fighters' opinions on it. But over the course of the last like 7 years, what's been the most important lesson that you've learned training, fighting, adapting this martial arts lifestyle?
I wouldn't say a lesson such, but I find through me training and everything I've been doing, like I've kind of matured me as a person. You know what I mean? So in real life situations, like I just feel like everyone who I've connected with in the gym and everyone who I've kind of came up with through the MMA scene, like they changed me. Like, not I wouldn't say they changed your personality, but they kind of being around, because I was always around the adults. So when I've always been around the adults, kind of made me a bit more mature as a person. So when I was around, I know how to handle myself in certain situations now when I'm speaking. Like, so, that's one of the main things. But then another thing that changed is just my physical health. I constantly like I love feeling fit and I love feeling good. So like I don't like being out of shape too much. So that's another big thing. It's just me physical fitness and feeling healthy. And I think a lot of it, a big part of it as well is just me mental health. And uh, I feel like sometimes when I do go off the wagon and I don't train as hard as I can, my mental health gets very bad and I get very down on myself sometimes. So I always find when I do start picking up training again and when I do start getting back to my old routines, that's when my mental health gets better and like that I use my training as like a benefit. So when I am feeling down, my mental health gets sharper and I feel confident in myself and I feel like I'm enjoying my life a bit better. Like, but I feel like if I wasn't the one, there wasn't the one like training or whatever. Like I think I don't know. I think I go off a bit off the rocker. Like, so that's where I use me training as a balance for my personal life and my training life, and it balances out my mental health enough to just keep me at a good stability level par. Like, so that I know what I want to do. It keeps me sane. When work is hard, I'll go train. I'll relax me out a bit. If I'm having personal problems, like I'll go train, get my mind off it. So it's good for just keep me focused on what I need to be focused on. Like.
Awesome, and that's some solid advice and solid
Yeah.
like comments there. Absolutely. Okay, so we have a couple of comments before I let you go. Dylan Morrison, best of luck.
Thanks,
Stephen
Dylan.
Weldon, good luck, man.
Thanks,
Amy
Fiona.
Martin, good luck, pal.
Thanks, Jamie.
Maybe one last question: what round do you predict you will end the fight?
I don't know. I think if everything goes to plan and if everything goes as sharp as I could, I think I could finish him in the first round. I feel like I don't know. I feel like me grappling will be a lot more better than this, and I just feel that if I'm sharp enough on the night and I want to pressure him into making mistakes. So I feel there's always submissions there. Once the right amount of pressure is on, And I feel because I do feel I can stop the fight at any time in the ring. So like I think once I do the right thing, in the right moment, a bit of luck never does anyone harm either. If you could make a mistake and I capitalize on it, but other than that, that's the thing. I just feel like I feel confident enough that I can finish at any time in the fight. But like if I do it in the first round, I would be fucking chuffed. Like, you know what I mean? Get a nice first round
We'll
finish.
be all delighted for you.
Straight on
And
the
I'll be
gargle
there,
then
so we'll
after
give a
what?
proper post-fight interview, so it'll be
Yeah,
worth it.
yeah.
There's still comments coming in, so I'll ask them until they're done, and then I'll let you go. But
Yeah.
Dara King, what's it like having a training partner like Austin competing on the same card as you? Does it help to improve your training, etc.? So that's obviously Austin Lynch that you train alongside.
Yeah. I train with Aussie as well. I think it was good having Aussie train with me coming up to this fight because it's someone who I have by my side, you know what I mean? So when we're doing sessions, like everything we're doing is together. So if I'm struggling, we're both struggling together. We're trying to improve each other together. If I'm holding pads for him, I'm trying to like improve him, like as a better person. He's trying to improve me as a better person. I think it's just good to have someone by your side. Like I know MMA, he doesn't really look at it as a team sport, but I think it is a team sport, and I think the right team around you and the right people around you to just keep pushing you is a great thing to have. And I think Austin is a very good person to have by my side, and like same likewise from me to him. I feel like we can push each other enough to make ourselves better fighters over the next few years. And I just think once once you do have someone who you trust as a partner and you know your limits with, like anything you do together then can just go sky high from there. Like
That's good. Perfect. That's so nice. And it's obviously good, really nice that you have each other as well to train with. And Ben.
yeah.
Adam Carney, good luck, Nathan. Long time no see. Firtas says MMA
Thank
and
you.
love heart. And Ben Ward, good luck.
Feel you for that. Thanks very much, man. That was.
So yeah, loads of comments, and people wishing you well. So I'll let you go, but
Legend.
I'll see you in Cork, and best of luck with the
Yeah.
rest of the training.
Thanks very much, Lydia. Thanks
Do
for
you
having me
have
on,
any
man.
shout outs or any sponsors or anything that
Yeah, I want to actually give a shout out to Wolfhound Fightwear. They're always kind of supporting me as a fighter. And they're trying to over the next while they're going to be trying to help boost my image a bit more as a fighter. So and they plus they look after me training wise. So big shout out to Wolfhound for that as well. Who else would I like to thank? Obviously, I said Andy Ryan for having me up there. My team are always pushing me every day. So and I just want to thank them for just being nice people in general. They deal with it so much that they probably don't even realise. So that's another thing. And other than that, just I want to thank myself for being such a legend. You know yourself.
Is that I just got a last comment in there. Is that your dad, Jude?
Yeah.
He said you deserve all you win with all the training. Love Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, what a lovely last comment to get before you go. But listen, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show, Nathan. I really appreciate it.
Thanks very much for having me on. It's been a pleasure to work with you today. So
No worries, and
thanks
I'll
for
see
giving me
you
the
in Cork.
opportunity. Thanks very much.
Not at
See you
all.
in Cork in 2 weeks'
Yes.
time. Be ready.
Good stuff. We'll talk to you then.
See
Take
you,
it easy.
Lydia. Thanks.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.